Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Tucker, and I will be presenting the basis of estimate for the Gulfport Downtown Governmental Complex and Library base bid and alternate bid. The way that this project has been broken down is by volume. So here we have the project manual for the actual project, and volume 1 consists of the Justice Court facility. Volume 2 consists of the library facility. These two buildings both encompass a similar scope. They will be built with a majority of load-bearing CMU walls, a lot of cast-in-place concrete, and a lot of steel columns and load-bearing steel columns and beams. The Justice Court facility is approximately 15,400 square feet, and the library approximately 10,400 square feet. So now that we've broken these two buildings down as the entire scope of the project encompasses them by volume, we're going to further break this project down through the work breakdown structure. Now, the way that this was accomplished was like this, through divisions. So all of the work taken off within the project was organized in the estimate Excel sheet through divisions. We have laydown mobilization, site construction, earthwork, and most importantly, we have concrete, and furthermore, we have the metals division. Now, these two divisions stand out as the most important because they are to be self-performed, whereas all the other work within the scope of the project is to be subcontracted out. These self-performed divisions, metals and concrete, were cost detailed using a work formula. In order to obtain this cost detail work formula, or in order to achieve it rather, we had to start off with a quantity for the materials on the job site. So starting with that, we used Bluebeam Review in order to perform the quantity takeoff. Here we can see we have the sheet S100 of the plans. And for these foundational footings, we're given the type, we're given the dimensions. So really all that we needed here was a count tool through Bluebeam Review. And that is what was used for most of these footings. Down here where we have the continuous footings, we got the length of them and used the measurements provided here to get our final quantity. This shows an overview of how most of the takeoff was performed, getting areas, quantities, cubic yardage, and so on and so forth regarding all the materials to be used in the project. And now that we have got those quantities, plugged them into the Excel sheet, we're ready to perform the quantity takeoff. Back to where I was saying about volume 1, Division 3 concrete, Division 5 steel. These were cost detailed using the work formula. So in order to do that, we needed the quantity. We briefly saw how we got the quantities. We looked at the unit of measure description, and then furthermore, we needed a material price. Now, for cost detailing these, I did use RS Means Online, as I will show you right here for all the prices on these items, mainly for materials in the cost detailed sections of the estimate. So we needed the materials, and we applied sales tax, also labor burden, in accordance with the labor price. Now, in order to obtain that, we had to take a look at the actual labor rates provided in the project manual, as seen here. We have for each position or worker title, we have the rate, fringes, and those have been inputted into the cost detail sheet of my Excel document, of my estimate document, where we have their title, their rate, fringes, and the total, which have then been inputted into the crew formula over here with the amount of each worker, how many workers are in this crew, totaled up to the bare costs and to the daily total labor hours, and those were plugged into the cost detail portion of the estimate. Then we applied the labor burden, and the labor burden, as you will see further down here, is going to be as per the Department of Revenue, where we include FICA taxes, we include workers' compensation, and we included fringe benefits, totaling 25.11%. Also from the Department of Revenue, we included the sales tax in the price, and the Department of Revenue demands that construction contracting be at 3.5% for all sales taxes. Now then, we have talked about the quantity takeoff, how we obtained the quantity, how we obtained all of the materials prices from RS Means Online, how we applied the labor from the cost detailing work formula from the provided labor rates from the project manual. We talked about the labor burden, and then furthermore we derived the equipment also from RS Means. The equipment, the total, extended price, and then the total sub-performed. Now all of these others have been plugged from RS Means Online for all the other divisions. Once again, except for concrete and metals, divisions 3 and divisions 5. The same thing has been done for the alternate bid. So here we have the base bid Justice Court facility, the alternate bid library. Now the same method has been used to produce the estimate for both of these bids. Taking a look at the basis of estimate, in here we have the actual bid form filled out with the final price. A further breakdown of the price is seen here, where we break it down by volume, by self-performed versus subcontract, including or excluding allowances. So we have a full view of the price over here. The scope description, as we have talked about, mainly is going to be CMU walls, load bearing, structural steel, so on and so forth. And then here we have the actual pictured estimate within the basis of estimate document. Now, this project has been planned, basis of estimate has been produced, but now I wanted to show you what the actual facility looks like now that it has been built. We have the opportunity to see an actual picture of what the real deal looks like after all the planning has been done, the numbers have been seen on paper. Here is what the Justice Court facility looks like. I just thought this would be interesting for the viewers to see, as the planning has been done, and here is the final result. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.